So
Hello.
anyway,
So the question is skeleton crew?
no, actually, the toilet completely overflowed at work today, and there was shit
That
everywhere.
was not where I thought this was
Yep,
headed.
fair enough. And that's how we're starting Orb today. Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. Today we were talking about episode 22 of Ultraman Orb. I am Nick. With me are Alex and Josh.
Hello.
Upon reflection, you might change your mind.
Anyway, this
My
episode,
mind?
this episode we're talking about, honestly, like a pretty. This week for a recording, we've had a couple of like really character-driven episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like I like this one a tiny bit more, but like not like very marginally. Like I think they were both really solid episodes this week.
Yeah, it was really nice seeing Juggler actually develop into a good character again.
Yep, next episode. Yeah,
I thought
so
this one was a little bit better balanced,
mhm,
where the whole cast gets more of a role, whereas, like you pointed out in our arc episode, we don't get a lot of activity from most of the cast.
true. Anyway, this
Yeah.
episode is written by Kyoko Katsuya, who wrote an episode of X, this episode of Orb, an episode of Jeed, two of Rube, an episode of Taiga, and one episode of Arc, the episode where uh, Arc gets the Luna armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it was directed by Ryuichi Ichino, who directed a couple episodes of Gaia, 12 episodes of Cosmos, um, several episodes of Orb, a few episodes of Jeed, Rube, Taiga, and the Taiga movie in 2020. Yeah. Uh, so this episode is again kind of like a fun little character study where like we've had a couple episodes about like the aliens who inhabit the universe. Specifically, I'm thinking about the Babalu episode, which
Babaloo.
is directly referenced in this episode. Yeah. Also, as in our recording, we recorded our arc episode first. This episode is also a massive reference to our friend Scott.
It is.
And it's weird that we got two. Like the parallels are unbelievable sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Good old Black Star.
Yep.
Good old Black Star,
So this episode we
which
got
itself is a reference to David Bowie, I believe.
yeah. So this episode we got a an alien ship has crashed, and the thing that they found in it was a bag of coffee beans, which I loved this morning when you Alex was sending out messages this morning about how he felt like Shu from Arc should be showing up in this episode with all the coffee talk.
I mean,
Coffee? Coffee?
again, another parallel. I don't think we've ever seen Shu, but this last episode of Arc using a hand grinder,
Hmm.
and the only time we've ever seen a hand grinder in Orb is this episode.
Yep.
But that's not the biggest mystery. How the fuck do those jets land? That's not enough field.
They just plop.
They're
They
probably
don't have.
VTOLs.
Yeah, they are.
They don't have
VTOLs.
anything that could hover.
They might be VTOLs. You know,
They-
the Harrier's jet literally lowers itself.
That is fixed.
Also, Josh, every episode we see these, they call them VTOLs. They are just VTOLs.
I don't pay attention to names.
Fair enough. Yeah, so the Black Star
How are you gonna
Cafe.
fight that logic, huh, Nick?
Yep. No, I know
They
full
need to
well.
fix their design.
Yep. So, Black Star
I'm gonna get
Cafe, they
tech in
find
here.
out it's the best place for coffee. So, the SSP are gonna go try out the coffee there, because,
But the
yeah.
thing is that there's apparently a lot of talk about this cafe rather, but no one knows where it is, and no one can find it again, and it ruins your sense of coffee for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So like, there's clearly something we need to go and find. So they literally are living up to the name of something. Search people. We
Yep.
think of something, we search it out. This is literally something no one can find.
The
Here we
coffee just has Coke in it.
Yep.
go. Who needs espresso?
Got the magic space beans. Yeah, so then Shin uses his fucking absurd scientific knowledge to create a device specifically to find this fucking cafe.
He could be helping the world find missing people.
I think
No.
at this point, like there's a point to be made about that thought experiment. Like, if you have a power and you're not just like using it, like
Abusing it?
that would be the immoral choice to like say if you had like a healing power and you weren't just going around and healing all the cancer patients. Like, I feel like Shin is now really starting to encroach upon the immoral side of his creativity because, like Josh
He
said, he could be helping the world and he's choosing not to, and it's getting to be it's selfish and immoral because I feel like if he put his mind towards
he
like the medical
passed
field, he
that
could be
point
doing
once
all
he
kinds of
created a time machine.
He did, well, it wasn't just a time machine, it controlled time.
Yeah. He passed that point there. And
Yeah, he could have stopped
That's fair.
wars. He chose not to. Yeah, so Shin, also, I like to think of Shin as using like D&D logic. Shin is almost the definition of chaotic neutral. He just
He's
does
pretty
shit.
close.
He just does shit because he wants to do it and he wants to see what'll happen.
He does have that goal of making a robot though. Like, he does have like an ultimate like arc to him as well.
Yeah.
I find out he's the creator of UP. I'm gonna.
That's our crossover. You heard
Yep.
it here first. Josh
Yep.
said it.
Yeah, so then he uses this pair of weird ass sunglasses to find that
It's a visor. It's
yep,
a single
yep,
visor that he just places over his glasses and looks like a smug, shit-eating grin
yep,
idiot. Just
yep. But he
Like you
finds he
Google
finds the
eyewear people.
cafe. He finds the cafe. They go downstairs into this
I want to point
cafe.
out. I want to point out his glasses allow him to see a chained placard on the door of this supposedly closed, I guess, entryway.
Mhm.
Uh, those are not needed for the rest of this episode to
Oh yeah,
see
no.
that plaque in any way.
Nope. As soon as you know it's
Well,
there,
yeah,
you can
that's
see it.
because the owner doesn't want it to be hidden.
I like to think of it more as
Oh,
like,
it's a concentration spell, is what you're
Yeah.
saying? Oh, okay.
nah.
That
See,
makes more sense than what this did. I just want to point that out.
no, see, my thought process is if you already know it's there, you can see it. You need it. He needed the visor to see it the first time, and then after
Oh,
that, you
so
can
it's an
see it.
illusion spell, but that
Yep.
doesn't help any of the other participants because no one else wields the glasses that disappear as they walk down the stair.
No, he like took them off,
Are
had them look at it real
and
quick
are
each.
never seen again.
Yep. No, he put them back in his backpack.
How
Yes.
did okay?
So then we go downstairs and we
I
see.
feel like I feel like when we're discussing Shin, if you start a sentence with how, Just stop.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So then they go downstairs and they see this cafe,
This
which
place looks
seemingly,
cozy as hell.
yep, it's kind of got like speakeasy vibes.
Uh, or just like the coziest little dive coffee bar. Like
Hmm.
honestly, I've been in a place like this that didn't have like the downstairsness to it.
Hmm.
Uh, this was great.
Oh yeah, this
I
is a
would
dope
go
place.
here every day.
I love that he gives them a menu and it's just got black coffee, and that's the only thing you can order. And I love like Jeddah
Uh,
keeps trying to get milk in his coffee, and the owner's just like politely like ignoring his desires.
He
Also,
tries a
this,
few times too to give him credit.
yep. Also, this setup to make the coffee is cool as fuck.
I mean, you can get one of these.
Oh, I know, but I don't. I like being a little bougie, but not that bougie. I wouldn't take care of it properly. I'll do
I
a
was gonna
pour
say like
over.
I don't. I'll be straight up honest. I don't want to clean it.
Yeah, I
Like I
wouldn't
have
take
a
care of it
percolator,
properly.
and that's enough cleaning for me.
I have a percolator, and then I have like a pour over, which is what I use most of the time.
I have a pour over setup that I don't use a whole bunch. I just use my Keurig.
That's fair. I like the
Laziness and an expedition are my key.
I like to do the pour over because it makes me feel there's like some sort of strange element to it where okay, so this is like my level of shoeness. I buy the whole beans, I grind them, I put them in a pour over, and then I boil
You
water and
adjusted
pour
in your
through.
seat to tell me this story. I know you're into it.
Yep.
You just totally shoot out.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I've been like backburnering that one too, where it's like I have like a setup and like I know exactly. I don't use the hand grinder, although I've thought about getting one. I'm gonna be real. But I
I
have
feel like, to be completely honest, I would skip the automatic grinder and go straight to a hand grinder because I've seen like a dozen or so of the automatic grinders just shit the bed after like 4 uses.
mhm. The one I've got
Like,
right now has lasted
just get a
over a
mill.
year, but I have thought about getting the hand grinder.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But to be fair, we also in this group and among us, we there is some bougie coffee going on.
mhm.
I hate coffee.
We weren't
Then
talking
this
to you.
episode was not for you.
No, but you know what was? This actor.
This actor is fucking
I
amazing.
did enjoy this actor a
Do you want to
lot.
know what he's been in?
Yeah, what was he in?
Obviously, more Ultraman
Yep.
and Keko
Was
Common
he in more Ultraman?
Surprise.
And what?
Keko Common Surprise back from 2004.
I'm not familiar with it.
Look it up real fast.
What was
Kekkko
you think
Common
I'm not ready to type yet? What the hell's wrong with you? What?
Oh,
Kekkko then Common
Uh-huh.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Yep.
I feel like
oh,
anytime you type surprise into the image search, you are really asking for what the
oh wow, he's a Grand Savior too.
what the what am I what am I what is
A naked superhero movie.
Yeah.
okay, I needed you to tell me because that's what it looks like.
Huh.
There's an animated version.
Huh. He was
Uh,
also in a bunch of Sentai, some Kamen
Mm-hmm.
Rider.
that's
Again,
with an
it's
S at this point. We need to clarify.
yep. He's in a lot of Ultraman shows. Like the dude, I mentioned this in Arc too. It's good to have like a seasoned veteran show up. This dude is like there because he is ingratiated in this genre of entertainment. Like the dude's just got a pedigree at this point.
I mean, he's just chewing the scenery and just
Oh,
having
dude.
fun.
And like he sells every fucking line of dialogue. I do love like when Jed is like, "Hey, how about that milk?" and he just like stands there, like looks over his shoulder, like, "Is this fucking kid serious?"
and smacks him.
I mean, pretty damn close with how he was looking at him. And then they drink their coffee, and they all lose their goddamn minds.
So it lives up to the rumors.
Yep. Which, considering that by the end of the episode, when they drink normal coffee, they just hate it.
They become completely despondent and like,
Yep.
oh, that scene is great.
Oh yeah. I also okay. So then we get like a little scene where Jeddah notices there's like a
Our
wall.
favorite boy.
Yeah. There's a wall with like pictures of like the regulars on it, and
With our
Babalu's
favorite
one
boy.
of them. He's like, "Oh, hey, cool. That's my buddy. Does he come here?" Like, yeah, he's a friend of mine. He was a troublemaker, but now he's a better person. I used to be a troublemaker too, but now I just make coffee.
Yeah, he definitely won't betray everybody and become a bad guy again,
When
and then
we
become a good guy again.
when we get to that point, I'm gonna bring up the character he's playing because like it's like it's a
The
pull.
name?
It, dude, it's a pull. First of all, like that is an actual like he's a final villain from a different Ultraman show.
Of course he is.
Oh,
Yep,
jeez.
yep.
Of course he is.
He's not the same actor as the original actor who played the character, but yeah, he's playing a final villain from a different show. So then
That's
we
pretty
get
cool.
yeah, then we get our little red fella
I what the is this?
Nova.
This has got to be a totem that we're just not familiar with in the American culture, right?
Teru Boza.
Yeah.
Bozu. But yeah, yeah, it's like a little like shrine doll. It's like a ghost shrine doll thing that's supposed to bring good weather. Like it's like a yeah, it's a little doll you hang it up and it makes the weather good.
Can definitely vibe with that.
Yep.
Was it not adorable enough for you, Josh?
It looked like a really bad Halloween costume, or not costume, decoration.
Uh, this is also good because that was also like one of the final villains of the same show that the cafe owner's from.
Yeah.
The 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 Bozu
Yeah, yeah. Little Nova was one of the final.
Nova. Yeah.
Yeah, was one of the final villains that Ultraman Leo had to fight.
So they didn't die there, or this is a different version of them.
It's kind of we beat them and then they just slunk off into obscurity. I think Nova appeared in Mebius.
Mebius.
Yeah, Nova appeared in Mebius. So how do you guys like when the SSP leave and Guy comes in? Um,
I feel like
we get
Guy's been a regular here.
yeah, like Guy knows
Oh, clearly.
the people. Well, again, because like he's an alien, so of course he's allowed in there, and he knows these people.
Yeah, with his special alien vision
Yep.
Well, they
to see
all know each
coffee.
other's secrets.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, has Juggler been by? No. You guys still fighting? Yeah. Well, I mean that makes sense. You guys are diametric opposites.
And brothers in arms.
Hmm. And then the lady who's been sitting there reading a book the entire time gets up and reveals she is an alien pit and uses her electric powers to try to fight Orb, only for the owner to be like, hey, quit that shit. We don't fight inside my cafe.
And then she just literally drops it and fucks off.
She's like,
Like,
alright, whatever. I respect
that
you
felt
too
like such
much.
a wasted piece of effort, but okay.
I have too much respect for you, god damn it.
Your coffee's delicious. And then we get a new look at the board.
So Alex, you've not seen this character, but
I have not.
Josh, this character did appear in Blazar very briefly, or at least a
Mm-hmm.
member of her species did.
Yeah. I mean, and then the
It must.
board, we get that creepy alien that was an arc. We get obviously our best boy, and we get one of the creepy aliens from Don to Don.
Yes, Alien Dada.
Yeah.
Yeah. After Guy leaves, we get to see the bulletin board for what it actually is, with all the disguises being dropped, and you just see what the aliens actually look like, which I appreciate. They're like from the like we see the outsider perspective of, oh, this is what they all look like to a human, and then by the time Guy leaves, they've swapped out the board for the viewer, so the viewer gets to see what these aliens actually look like.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice touch.
Mhm. We get like a bunch of like long-standing Ultraman aliens in this, which is kind of fun. Like we also get like a Pega and a couple of others that I'm like semi-familiar with. And then we get like some quiet scenes where like we get a quiet scene where the alien pit's trying to convince the owner to like leave the planet with her because they need to get out of there. And he's not going to leave because he doesn't want to leave Nova behind, and Nova doesn't want to leave, which eventually kind of culminates in Nova deciding that it's better to burn out than to fade away.
Basically.
Hmm. And then we get like a little thing of that it was the alien Dada who lost the coffee beans, which, as Josh pointed out, we're also watching Dawn to Dawn. That alien is the alien that the Serpoians are based off of in that show.
They just want bananas and coffee beans now.
Hmm. They just want to use their scissor dicks to cut off your dick.
Yeah. They need your banana organ. Alex, come here. We need to get your banana organ.
Yep.
No.
We have to upgrade our species.
No.
I mean, they do
Well,
keep
good thing
telling.
they don't believe in consent.
Yep. They also
Oh,
do keep
Jesus.
telling Okaroon that he has a remarkable banana organ. So, like, at least they're being really nice about it.
I feel like the
Yeah.
compliments are too little, too little, too late.
Ha! Said little.
Yep. Yeah. So,
Give me that paw. Give me that paw.
then the time runs out. The owner's closing up shop. He takes off the placard, and Nova runs off because he's going to. He hasn't given up on his dreams, and he still wants to take over Earth before there's nothing left to take over. So he gets all giant and prepares to fight. Well, prepares to destroy. which is, again, like, it's a weirdly sweet sentiment that, like, we get the villain's perspective of, like, gradually all these villains have kind of given up on their dreams, and this is the one that hasn't yet.
He's at
It,
least willing to, like you said, burn out instead of fade away.
yep,
And you know what hasn't burnt out? This guy's Fushigi Ball.
true.
Dude, that Fushigi ball still was rocking.
Before we get into that, though, something that
I,
I have to bring up. Did you notice the guy who's like got the flowers and he's like thanking everybody, like
Yeah.
it's clearly his last day at the office? That's the director of the episode.
aw,
That's funny.
Yeah, he put himself in a scene.
Love the cameo.
Yep.
just like M. Night Shyamalan.
Like it less now.
Except he doesn't have any significant role to play.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Tarantino cast himself just so he could say the N word. If you've
He
ever
also
watched Pulp Fiction, you know I'm right.
he also cast himself,
What is?
so Salma Hayek would put her toes in his mouth.
Oh
Yeah,
but that
That's
one,
the
yeah,
that's the important part.
probably was though.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he got to drink out of Thurman's shoe.
Yep. So yeah, then
And when you got a kink, I guess you go all the way.
Hell yeah, you do.
yep. So the owner
And his
uses
kink
his
saying the N word.
Jesus.
yep. So then the owner uses his Fushigi ball to go inside of Nova to give him a power boost because he is the Black Commander with his fucking purple mascara. No, pink, blue
That
mascara.
eyeshadow
Yep,
though.
yep. This fucking like, which is definitely how that character looked back in the day too.
Staying true to the character.
Yep. So then they're destroying the city. Guy orbs up into Burnmite.
Ultraman Burnmite.
Yep. How did you like the?
And he doesn't do shit.
How'd you guys like the way Nova fights? I like the way they shoot Nova.
I didn't like it. It's too creepy.
It's kind of what I love about it. I love that you can tell there's a person in there, but they're like trying really hard not to be person-like.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they captured unsettling at least to a degree.
Oh yeah, like the way
Well,
its
yeah,
head
he has
moves.
like a 200-foot long tentacle hand.
Yep. Yeah, a little scythe hand.
Which looked like a
And it
freaking nightmare
screams
for
like
the
a
effects
baby.
department.
Yep.
I didn't like that it farts from both ends.
I also love that this is like
Well, agree to disagree. No.
The noise that it makes was a little over the top.
Mm-hmm. How did you guys like that? There's like that little commentary in it where like the Black Commander's like, monsters nowadays are too busy looking. That's no good.
I love the way he delivered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you need is a cloth and a balloon.
And some fucking creepy tentacles.
Yeah.
And a scythe hand?
Yep. Yep. And the ability to spray red farts at your enemies.
I like how they anticipated that one of the actual attacks that we were going to film is him squishing the balloon.
Yep.
Yeah, and it makes a beer sound.
It's so good. I fucking love it. This entire fight is goofy as hell in like the best show away.
Yeah.
It's definitely got goofy vibes for sure.
Yep. So then Orb switches it up, goes into Origin form.
As we all knew he would.
Oh yeah, dude. By this point, By this point in the show, he has to do Origin by the end of the fight.
He finally went Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And then he feeds this little monster. I don't like
Yep.
how his mouth stretches to eat the beam.
Yeah. Ah, dude, it's so good though. It's so creepy looking.
And then he farts himself to death
Yep. Launches himself straight
as
up
he
into the sky.
explodes.
What the fuck?
It's what happened.
Yeah,
What happened?
he ate too much energy and shit himself.
Yeah. And then
It
he became
had real sugar in it.
he added extra sugar and he
That's
had to shit himself.
another reference.
Yep.
You're funny.
So then
He doesn't even watch these.
no, but I've told him we talked about it.
Exactly.
Anyway. So then we get the scene, this quiet scene where the owner is sitting and guy comes up, they
On
sit
a
down
little
and they're just
piggy.
talking to each other. Yep. It's like,
I want to point out that he sits down in a way that would damage most people.
Mhm.
Like he just flops, and you can see the impact. Him just rocking it on this stone. I'm like, dude.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
he has something
okay.
stuck up in there, and he's just like, yeah, it's a little. Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to kink shame.
It's such a good
Then why are you
episode.
doing it?
I was making an observation.
Mhm. So yeah, they have like this solid little moment where they're just, talking. He's like, I don't really have anything left now that Nova's gone. Like, don't really have anything at all. I was like, I mean, you still have coffee, still have the people that you like brought joy to with that coffee. He's like, yep, I did do that, didn't I? And then he just disappears. He leaves behind the sign.
That I fully believe everyone else can't see besides Guy now.
Yep.
He goes up to hang it. They're like, "What are you doing?" There's
If you had an
nothing there.
invisible item, wouldn't you throw it?
Hmm.
I feel like I'd throw it.
How would you find it?
I can see it
You said it's invisible.
to other people.
Oh, okay, well, you gotta clarify these things. You know
I thought we
me.
were working with the mechanics of the plaque. I didn't think I had to redefine the terms every time we talked
I'm not
about it.
smart enough. You have to.
So anyway, then we get to the SSP and they're all upset because coffee doesn't taste good anymore. And
Man, they all become massive pricks.
yep, Uncle comes in. He's like, "Get over your fucking selves."
And
Oh
starts
yeah,
beating
no,
the shit out of him.
Uncle walks in and he's like, "I have 30 seconds in this episode. Look at me, look at me, look at me," and just takes the scene.
Yep. Just comes in and is like, "I don't know
God,
what happened.
Uncle.
I don't understand. This is a sad episode."
I found burnt beans.
But
Beats the
also,
shit out of Jeddah.
have you heard about this ramen?
Yeah. Have you heard about this place? It's the Black Star Ramen.
And they're gonna go out and look for it. I'm like, what do you think you're gonna find at the end of this road? You're gonna find the owner, and he's gonna be like, I gotta move again.
It's gonna be ramen just with coffee broth.
Yep.
He's like, I didn't know what to do. I just have so many coffee
I
beans.
only know coffee.
Mhm.
It's spaghetti noodles uncooked.
This ends with them not being able to eat ramen anymore.
Because it works somehow.
Yep.
Then he switches to sushi and it's just seaweed covered.
Yep. Just
No,
coffee beans wrapped in
it's
seaweed.
it's rice covered and seaweed covered coffee beans.
Yep.
Eventually, he makes a hamburger out of ground coffee.
Yep.
Then he's just banned from everywhere.
You lose all food safety licenses.
So yeah, then we get the
I
next
wonder what
time.
Shin. I wonder what Shin will invent to cure their coffee hangover.
Yep. So we get the
I don't
next
know, a
time
time machine?
where
Already did that.
where Juggler gets to do some shit again.
Oh fuck! Finally.
He's allowed back on set again.
I mean, it's the last 3 episodes. He's gonna be in all of them.
Oh, we're getting a wrap up.
Yep,
Man,
yep.
I
We're
hope
in
they
the
don't have
last
a
leg.
big fight at the end.
We get some good stuff. That's
And
all I'm gonna say.
guy dies.
I hope they
Uh,
don't reconcile their
yep.
differences.
Well, that wouldn't be very exciting.
You never know. Maybe they'll save that for the movie or the special or the other movie that they'll appear in later.
Not acting like you don't know.
Yeah. Of the 2 episodes we watched this week, I definitely think this was the one I liked more. I think I liked it marginally more just because like I think the character work in this one was really good and I liked seeing kind of the reverence for the old villains. But like again, I don't think we had a loser episode this week.
No,
No, not
I
this
don't
time.
really expect it out of either series at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially considering we're in the last leg for both of them. We're past episode 20 for each now, so they got to come out swinging with everything. Yeah. Any final thoughts before we cut this one?
I
No.
will be sad to end
I have
Orb.
things to say about the beginning of the next episode, though.
I mean, we
Oh,
got we've got a few more episodes of
why?
Orb. We've got the special, we've got the movie. If we ever feel like watching the Origin Saga, that's 12 more episodes. Like
They're great.
and he appears in other stuff every now and then. Like Orb, it's not like Orb's just gone. Like he was in something that was released like last year that I watched.
Yeah, but I want him to be like Juggler, just like going across the background with a katana, with his creepy ass smile, like ah.
Well, I was
I,
gonna say, is it Orb or is it Orb and Guy that we see again?
the actor who plays Guy voices Orb in everything, so we don't see him himself, but he voices him for every appearance.
Okay, so at least he's there.
Yep. Yeah, so we
Womp
get
womp.
consistency with like the tone of the character, which is good. Like they do a pretty good job of trying to get the actors who played the characters back to at least voice their characters when they show up in other stuff.
That's good to hear. I
Yeah.
like that kind of reverence to the character.
Yeah. Anyway, tune in next time where Juggler gets 3 uninterrupted episodes of being an asshole.
As we all knew he's meant to be.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.